Well, hello. Today I thought I'd, as I was weeding, I thought I'd document, this is a once in 10 years phenomenon of me actually going out and being home to pull weeds in our flower bed. And our flower beds are super embarrassing. We live on a street of where there are some families, but there's a lot of retired couples also, and they're always working in their yards. They have gorgeous yards and flowers for every season. Like they'll plant, the ones that last for 2 weeks, and then they'll replant with more different ones that last for 2 weeks. And our yard is not like that. This is the flower bed. We have all this grass that I need to be pulling today, and so that's what I'm doing. And we're actually home from on Memorial Day. That's pretty neat. Normally we have somewhere to go sing, a festival, or a church that wants an extra special touch for their Memorial Day services. And while we did do that today's Monday, so actually Memorial Day. So it's nice to be home, and we've had so many storms in Oklahoma. Oh my goodness, and tornadoes. It's been a week straight whether we've been under flood warnings and flash flood watches. And so I figured, growing up, my mom said anytime it rains or downpours, that's the time you need to go pull weeds. And so that's what I'm doing. I remember growing up, my mom, as a 10-year-old, you don't have a lot of earning power, a lot of ways to earn money, and she hated pulling weeds. And so I remember that pulling weeds was like a $10 job. We had different chores around the house that were normal chores just because you live there, you're part of the family, like dishes and those kind of things. Cleaning the bathroom, that was a because you exist chore. But there were other ones that we could do, like dusting, or even picking up dog poop. Sometimes they would pay us like $1 or something like that. But I remember always wanting to look for the $10 chores, and there were only a couple of those, and one of those was weed pulling, if I remember right. The other one was wiping down the baseboards. I'm not sure why that one was a $10 job. I always wanted to do that one. I guess it was because Mom was like, I didn't want to bend down and and wipe down the baseboards. But me and my little brother, he's 3 years younger than me, we'd vie for that baseboard job because we thought it was so easy. We're like, $10 to wipe down the baseboard? Sign me up. When I was 6, I wanted to go to horse camp. That was my thing that I wanted to do so bad, and I needed to earn my way. I think it was something like $150 to go to horse camp, and they teach you how to jump the horses. As a 6-year-old, we could jump the horses, and we could learn to groom them. And as a 6-year-old, I thought that was the stuff. I had a little pony named Digger at the horse camp, and I worked the $10 chores over and over. Here, gotta adjust my light. Put you guys in the bushes. And so let's see, kind of adjust here as I'm pulling. But yeah, $10 chores. That was the stuff. And I quickly, over a summer leading up to horse camp, earned my way as a 6-year-old to go to horse camp. And so I would ride my pony named Digger, and by the end of the camp, I think it was a week-long camp, and you'd go every day, but you were supposed to be able to ride bareback, sitting on your knees. Now, he wasn't running or jumping or anything, he was just walking, but that was the goal, to be able to sit on your knees on top of a horse as he's walking and not fall off. And I did it. I fell off other times cantering or stuff like that as a little kid, and I remember they said third time's a charm. You always got to get up and keep going with getting right back on the horse when you fall off. And oh, good, isn't that a great life lesson? Getting on the horse, getting back on the horse when you fall down and fall off. That is something I think as adults you forget of, like, man, I failed. or I'm about to fail, oh no, and realizing that, hey, that's part of life, it's the cycles, and you learn more from falling off, because you're like, I'm not gonna do that again. You learn more from falling off than staying on and thinking that it's actually because you're good at it. So that's, I think, just a really good life lesson, that it takes practice and persistence. So anyway, but yeah, I am pulling these weeds, and here, let me see if I can, it's not weeds, it's actual grass that I am pulling. I got my shrubs here, turn you guys around, I got my shrubs, and see, I've done a lot. This was all grass. And so I'll mount you back up here in my bush here. But I am making progress. You know, as I'm pulling these weeds, they always tell you to pull the weeds, make sure you get the root. And since this is grass, I'm like working hard, you know, and pulling and scraping and trying to get it by the root. And this may date me, but you guys remember VeggieTales? And they had this one, I guess it was a longer movie, maybe an hour-long one, of where it was the rumor mill or rumor weed, and there was this town, and Larry the cucumber and Bob the tomato, and they had this rumor mill that would make these weeds, I think, and go out, and y'all probably remember all the details better than I do, but I just remember that rumor weed would get into people's lives, and you know, the gossip and the rumors at the rumor mill and until you get it out by the root, it doesn't go away. And so I'm trying to remember that as I'm pulling this grass okay, trying to get as deep as I can, and whatever I can't get, I'll spray some sort of a vinegar solution. I looked online for some sort of natural Roundup solution, and they said that vinegar, I could make this concoction with vinegar, and I won't actually have to use cancer-causing Roundup, because I don't want to keep spreading that around. So no Roundup for me. I'm gonna do a vinegar solution. I need to look up that recipe, because yeah, anything that's natural would be way better than using actual Roundup. So I will keep going. I just wanted to share my life a little bit with you guys as we are just going about our business. And I'll keep working on all this grass that I'm pulling up. Bye guys.